Please take your seats quickly, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
Hi guys, and welcome to oneminutetennis.com. In today's session, I want to talk to you about an alternative way of getting topspin. I want to show you why sometimes the traditional or natural way of hitting topspin on your ground strokes is not effective, and that there is another way that will be effective against balls, whether they're fast, slow, high or low. Now, when players are trying to hit topspin, what most people do is swing fairly violently in a low to high upward motion. They're brushing or skimming or caressing the ball, but if I was hitting in this direction, then the swing path is something like this, going from low to high. And this will create topspin. But the only problem is, it doesn't always put a lot of penetration on the ball, and it's also extremely difficult to time if the ball is in awkward places or traveling very quickly. You see, as I make the swing path in this direction here, and the ball is coming through quickly at this direction or at an awkward height, then we now have a very small area where I actually can make a correct or successful collision with the ball. And so hitting topspin this way can often result in bad timing, mishits, errors, or simply hitting too much spin so the ball goes in but it drops short and is too easy for the opponent. But there is another way, and the other way is to create topspin simply with the natural swing path of your racket and the trajectory of the ball. You see, if I swing normally on my forehand here, I swing through and around and finish. Once again, through and around and finish. And I'm not attempting to hit topspin on this stroke, but let's just have a look at what's happening in the swing path and at the different stages of the swing path. Now, what I've done now is put 3 balls on the court, and they're going to represent the different phases of the swing path. Now, ball 1 and ball 2, if I position myself adjacent to ball 1 and swing naturally, then this is a flat part of the swing path. And unless I deliberately pronate across the line of the incoming ball, then that's going to create a very flat stroke. Doesn't matter whether I'm playing it high or playing it low or playing it waist height, it's going to create a very flat stroke. And so unless I pronate and deliberately pull across the line of the ball, I'm not going to get topspin. But if we look at the swing path between ball 2 and 3, the second part of the swing path, then now naturally my racket is going upwards. See, through the ball and up, through the ball and up. It doesn't matter if the ball is low, it doesn't matter if the ball is high. By hitting the ball just that little bit further in front at the extended part of the swing path, then you will get topspin totally naturally. You won't be actually putting the spin on with a deliberate motion. Your natural stroke will create topspin. The player that comes to mind when I think of this, who does this incredibly well, is Roger Federer. He almost puts as much spin on the ball as Nadal, and yet you can see so much effort as Nadal is making this huge pronated motion. And Federer, the spin just seems to happen. But if you look closely, then when Federer is making the stroke, he's much further in front, looking through the strings right at the very end of the point of the swing path where he can make contact with the ball. And so he's on a natural upward motion, not making topspin, but topspin occurs. This really is a simple, super effective, and for many players, quite simply a better way of making topspin. It's less physical effort, but also it's effective against faster balls, slower balls, higher balls and lower balls. So the next time you play, look for the contact point where you're further in front. Look for the contact point just that little bit ahead of where you naturally strike the ball, and you'll see that you get natural topspin. You're not trying to acquire topspin, topspin just happens. I hope this makes sense, and I'd love to know how it works for you in your game or the players that you work with. This really is a super effective way of getting topspin on the ball without really changing very much at all. If you want to practice this and you need to find players of your level in your local area, have a look at our partners playyourcourt.com. They will find practice partners and players in your area of your level. It's a great service, and also if you want a tennis coach in your area, they can send professional coaches direct to your local courts. The information on their memberships in the comments section below, with a discount off their subscription. And maybe to take your game to the next level, online coaching could be the solution. Have a look at the website below. We're helping people all over the world of all ages and all levels with unique online coaching, video analysis and personalized lessons. So remember, to time the ball better and create topspin, you don't always have to pronate or caress the ball. You can use the natural swing path and topspin just occurs as long as you hit towards the end of the swing path. Thanks for watching and see you next time for more unique tennis lessons that really work.